Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown. I'm going to be doing some Mega Pidgeot laddering in OU, and I just went ahead and grabbed the Mega Pidgeot team that I built a few weeks ago in the team builder. Because Zygarde got banned, that team did have a choice band Zygarde on it. I did go ahead and replace it with the choice band Landorus right here, and it should be able to do the exact same job, which could be very cool. We got Mega Pidgeot with Hidden Power Ground just to lure Heatran for Cortana and Volcarona. Obviously, we have Hurricane for Stab, U-Turn is a nice momentum, and then Heat Wave for coverage against Ferrothorn or Mega Scissor. Banded Landorus, which basically fulfills the role that Banded Zygarde would, so that's very good. We got Explosion to be able to catch Taunt and help out our Cortana right here. We have Tapu Fini, which is just a defog pivot for the team. Also provides me with a pretty stable water resist because Cortana is not taking any attacks from Greninja. We have a max HP Morse Bidef Ferrothorn right here, which is our rocker for the team, as well as our best fairy resist. Same thing with the water. Cortana is not going to be taking fairy or psychic type attacks, so Heatran helps out with that. Scarf Cortana is a late game win condition, as is Quiver Dance Z Volcarona right here. So that's going to be the team. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out, and I'll be right back with our first game. Alright, I have the first game right here. We got Lord Envy, but with 3 E's. This is definitely not Lord Envy, but I think my Landorus right here just does so well. Same with my Pidgeot, but he does have a Pex, which makes that a little bit harder. I think my best way of winning this is just going to be getting up rocks and then trying to do work with my Volcarona. So maybe I should just prioritize that. He could lead off with Drill, though. I'll lead off here with Lando initially against Pex, and I'm just going to play off the choke here and go for Earthquake as he decides to stay in for, I don't know why, but I get rid of that thing. And I guess he expected to live one. Lele apps to come out next. Now, I don't really respond to this too well. I think I will go Heatran here on just a Psyshock, that's fine. He's probably switching out here, but I'll get up rocks anyway, because the rocks are definitely more valuable to me than anything, so. He 3-hit KOs me right there, which is totally cool. I believe since he's locked into Psyshock most likely, that definitely looks specs. I think I should go out here into Cortana and then maybe double to Volk, and just guarantee the win with that. Another option would be going Landorus T right here. I'll go Landorus T, and I'm thinking I'll just click Earthquake and knock it out. So he was modest, which is really good too. Perhaps he actually goes Scarm here. I'll go Pidgeot on Scarm just because I know he's going to go for Defog, and the scenario gives me a free Heat Wave, so that's really good for me. He doesn't respond to this well at all, as I'm able to go to Heat Wave there for 86%, really strong. And that should be in Hurricane range now, so really surprised this was his initial switch in, but I guess that's okay. I'll Heat Wave here. I don't think it's Scarf. I really doubt it. It was actually Scarf, okay, but it was a double down because I lived that. And I guess that's pretty cool. I would guess maybe Charizard comes out next. I'll go Landorus here, because I don't think he can allow Volcarona to come in yet. So Charizard comes out. Kind of curious as to about what this is. I'll go for Explosion here. Clef is up to be the sack, which is fine. Is that fine? I'll go Volk here on Charizard. Maybe I should have just Earthquaked it, but I think I Quiver Dance up. And then this may come down to a tie. Yeah, I think this comes down to this tie right here, because I always hit in Power Ground. I won the tie and I crit it too. I was not going for the crit at all, but I think that would have done was I go out into my Cortana after, right? And then I have the damage on Scarm that I need for Sacred Sword. I Sacred Sword twice and win, so that tie right there may have decided the entire game. I'm pretty sure the HP ground, even without the crit, would have put it in range of my Cortana Sacred Sword, so I think I would have been fine, assuming I won that tie, which I did. So that was cool, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I have another game right here. My opponent has all sorts of cool Pokemon. The only Earthquake switch-in on their team is Aerodactyl, and I'm going to try to get rid of that right away with my Cortana, as Tapu Koko actually opts to be the lead right here, so not very good for me, because Landorus is too important here. I can't really switch that in, but I don't have any other better switch-in, so I think I just Leaf Blade it, as much as I hate doing that initially. I'm going to do that. If I get the high crit ratio crit, I would knock it out. And thankfully, I'm able to live right there, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Allows me to go ahead and Leaf Blade again into Infernape. That's totally cool. I'm expecting either a Vacuum Wave or there's not a Thunder Punch to come out here, so U-Turn is a good play, but actually that was a good play because he would have lived the next attack, but I still get to keep my Cortana, which is really nice. Now, if Aerodactyl comes out here, I think I'm going to try to prioritize getting rid of it. Gengar is the switch-in of choice. I don't see Heatran being all too valuable, so I'll bring that in on Sludge Wave, and basically use this as an opportunity to get up rocks. Focus Blast comes out. Does a lot of damage, but now that I know this is not Scarf, that's really good for me. Ideally, he doesn't hit 2 in a row, but he actually didn't. Nice. That's really surprising. They usually always hit 2 in a row against me. Can he hit the third? He doesn't hit the third, and I hit the Magma Storm, so that was a little bit more unlucky, because he could have actually gotten the same roll and knocked me out the second time, but hey, I'll take it. And I don't know, I feel like right here, rocks definitely go up, so I should just go cart as I get in my card before the rocks. That's always good. He has to have priority on his this thing right here, the Infernape. So let me just calc whether Leaf Blade knocks out Aerodactyl. I feel like it won't. So I might have to Smart Strike here. Cortana, Scarf, Leaf Blade could knock it out. I really want to try to get rid of this because it is the only switch into my Landorus, as I said. So I'm just going to go for the safe knockout, as I feel like he kind of has to go Infernape here unless he really wants to Webs up with Araquanid, but the Infernape comes out. I could actually defog and use this as a win con late game, so I'm going to do that. And once again, just go Fini here on Muck. And I'm able to eat that up, and Moonblast is just free now. I would imagine Coco maybe gets sacked here. Yeah, Coco gets sacked. Xurkitree would be the next bring-in of choice. I have to make sure this is in range of my Cortana, but at the same time, I need to defog for Cart too. I think he's just attacking here, to be honest, so I'll go Landorus. Z-Hypnosis, so he did set up. Okay, this could get really scary really fast right now. I might have choked by going hard Lando if he doesn't have HP Ice. Did he click Z-Hypnosis under Misty Terrain? No, Electric Terrain was up. Yeah, I think I just lost to this, unfortunately. Is there anything I can do here? You hit HP Ice anyway, so I technically didn't choke, but unfortunately my Cortana cannot come back in. And nothing's going to live the attack. I guess maybe I can hope he's modest and maybe Pidgeot will outspeed. That's the only thing I can actually think of. And I actually have to Hurricane confuse him too. Yeah, he's not modest. That's going to be GG right there. I get blown away by a Xurkitree. I'll go ahead and forfeit. I played my early game pretty well, but Xurkitree was just able to do it. What I should have done was defog on the turn he went for Z-Hypnosis and just hope he missed, but he did hit into my Lando, which was really big, so I think that was like 55% accurate. I can't really complain about that though. He did not hit 2 Focus Blasts, so that's fine. I'll be right back with another game. Alright, so unfortunate L right there in that last game, but we can go ahead and try to get the points back right here. My opponent actually does not like Pidgeot. I'm not quite sure how well Gastrodon takes them, but I guess we'll find out. Landorus right here is just another Pokemon my opponent does not respond to at all with. And same with Volcarona. Volcarona can easily win this game, assuming I weaken this thing, of course, but that's going to be easier said than done. I believe my best lead right here is going to be I'm thinking Pidgeot is just a fine lead. I have good pivots against Gran and whatnot. I feel like this is just going for Toxic too. So I'll just U-turn out here into my Fini. Probably taking a Toxic or Scald. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I get a free Nature's Madness now, which is going to be really great. I'm assuming it'll be on Torn, but he could also just give it to me on this. I don't get that at all. Curse. Just to get off. Okay, so he's going to try to recover. Yeah, I don't get that at all, because now you're just going to lose your Gastrodon. For what, a bit of damage on Fini? Like, I'm sure he knows this is my Grand Check, but Gastrodon is so important to him. He's going to lose to my Volcarona. Wow, I did no damage with Moonblast, but thankfully I can Moonblast again here. I'm going to Taunt. Like, I really can't risk it being a roll and him recovering. You know, Moonblast is 23. I'm going to Moonblast again. I'm always going to Taunt this too, like. Yeah, no rocks for that. I'm going to Nature's Madness here on the Gastrodon. Always Moonblast into Ferrothorn. He's just giving me recovery too, so I don't really understand his thought process. Volcarona can come out here and begin to set up. He's forced to attack me. He goes Torn, which I can OHKO with my Z Fire Blast, so I will be doing that. Everything's in range. Greninja comes in. I do have a Bug Buzz, and Bug Buzz is going to OHKO the Gren. And it looks like, unless they crit Sucker Punch, or I guess they're going for the Fire Blast miss, which thankfully Volcarona is the MVP right here, so I guess the one bad scenario would be Mawile SDing up. I'm going to Calc it in Power Ground, see how much damage I'm doing. Mawile against Volcarona. Don't want to get too greedy right here if the other attack can actually knock him out. It looks like it will not. Yeah. So I'll just Fire Blast. And Sucker Punch does a lot, but not enough. And I don't think Magearna can actually outspeed me at the end of the day, so I'll just Fire Blast here. I hit, and then, yeah, Volcarona is just doing Volcarona things. They're able to go ahead and pick up a nice clean win right there. I knew that Volcarona was just, the Ferrothorn is just set up fodder for this, which is cool. 1 point away from the 1800, so let's go ahead and try to get that point, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, we got Rain right here, and I believe it's only been like 9 minutes and we have 3 games done already, so that's very cool. We had some pretty quick ones, 2 wins, 1 loss. As I said, a win right here would give me that point into the 1800, so that's the goal. My opponent has 0 flying resist, so that's going to be very key right here. I'm pretty sure it's SDZ not Volcarona, the Cortana right here, so that's going to be helpful to know. I'm going to lead off here with my Landorus, and I believe I just switch out into Heatran turn 1, not wanting to risk anything. This basically gives me the rocks that I want, and If Pelipper comes out, actually Swampert comes out here. I mean, I could try to taunt it in theory. I also think maybe Fini is not a bad play, or maybe even Landorus right here could be a good decision. I think Landorus is fine on rocks, yeah. And if anything, they'll go out into the Pelipper here, and I'm just going to explode on that. Yeah, because no more rain for my opponent once the rain is gone, so that's very helpful. Swampert would probably be the bring-in of choice right here, so I'll actually bring out Cortana on Swampert, and I'm thinking just click Leaf Blade, as obvious as their switch is. Okay, Cortana comes in. A little bit of a tough Pokemon to deal with for me. I think Heatran is just expendable. Really good all-out pummeling, but at the same time, I don't actually have a different play. I'll bring out my Pidgeot now, and I think I should just Hurricane twice. Ferrothorn is probably going to be the switch-in. I don't know, this could be another L right here, but I think Volcarona may be able to do it after this rain goes away. I'm going to have to defog and set up on perhaps... It would be Ferrothorn, to be honest, so maybe I shouldn't knock it out. I don't know, I'm just waiting for the rain to go down and see what I can do then. Because also my Cortana's a win condition too. Just due to Sacred Sword being able to do a lot of work here. It's the problem with that is obviously any damage on Lele, and, well, actually Swampert's in range of that now, so... Yeah, Sacred Sword is a good win condition for me. I get a really big crit and a confusion, so... I'll go Fini here, and best case is he hits himself as he does. That's very good for me. Lele is probably coming out next, is what I would assume. I guess the Cortana could come out too. But if Cortana comes out, I go hard Pidgeot, I believe, every time. Do I take a Leaf Blade from 51? I don't think so. Pidgeot against Cortana. We saw the Z moves, so we don't have to worry about like anything too scary. Okay, so it could have that high crit ratio. Really unfortunate that he hit himself, so Lele does come out here. This thing is a threat. I think I live anything, and I should just defog here is what I'm thinking. I don't think Fini goes down to one hit. Like, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, I'm thankfully able to live one attack. That's really big. And because I'm able to live that one attack, what I get to do now is just Moonblast. As my opponent opts to knock me out. That's fine. What this scenario allows me to do next is bring out my... I believe my Pidgeot is my best play, because the moment that I get damage on this Lele right here, Cortana's going to win with Sacred Sword, so I'm going to Hurricane here, and assume that you would always either sack Cart or go Pharaoh. I'm actually, the best case is they stay in, yeah. Okay, so that's not a problem. The problem is, I think I always go Volcarona here and just attack it. That's probably my best decision. Yeah, and I don't see how he's stopping my Cortana unless it's like Scarf Grand with like a setup move, so he has a Rock Slide. I always win with Scarf. Actually, it's Scarf or Rock Slide, isn't it? I think I may lose to that. Cortana comes in. I will be able to outspeed this, and I think I lose to Scarf Grand with Ice Beam. Yeah, Grand comes back in. I thought it would be Battle Bond the entire time, but it looks like Protean will be able to knock me out right here, so we take an L. I really thought this would be Battle Bond on this sort of build, but he was able to go ahead and get me there. Only lost like 18 points, which is not the worst, so I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I have the next game right here. Best win cons for me will look to be Volk and Scarf Cortana with Sacred Sword. Best case is that's not a T-Wave Thunders, because that would be really frustrating to play against. I'll lead off here with my Landorus T on the Drill lead, okay? I'm thinking my best play right here is just to click U-turn, and maybe bring out my Pidgeot after. I think could be a good play, so I'll do that. That should be in Heat Wave range without any issues, so that looks good to me. I'm assuming he actually goes right for Rock Tomb, gets a crit, which is like really sad. So Rocks would probably go up here. He should Rocks here because nothing else has Rocks, and if I go hard back to Lando, he could just Rock Tomb again, which is a problem. I'll go back to Lando. He does go for Rocks. I should have stayed in, but I actually thought that he may not do that, so I'll go for Earthquake here. And just get rid of that Drill. So that's cool. I'm worried about the Gyarados mainly. It goes Gren. Okay, so Fini can come out. I don't think I need Fini. It could help out against Como. I'll go Fini here. It is Protean though, that's the thing. I can see the female genders, so I kind of need the defog later, which is kind of why I'm a little bit concerned here. I'll go Heatran as I catch Thunders coming in. This could very well have a move called All Out Pummeling. What do I feel is my best decision here? I think I'm Magma Storm it. Because if anything, he'll try to set up, is what I'm thinking. I need this for the Magearna, though. So, like, this is a really tough matchup, too. Because I gotta play my Sax right. I think I'll Magma Storm here. I could just get up rocks and just live with the rocks being on my side of the field. Is that really something I'm interested in? No, I don't think I can afford to do that. I'm gonna go for Magma Storm. He does try to set up, and it kind of successfully works out for him. He could go for an agility here and just win on the spot. I can't afford to let him do that. He hits Focus Blast, which is like pretty lame, but I mean, I'll bring out Cart here, and I believe my best play is just always Leaf Blade. But I'm gonna lose to like this thing after, so I think I Smart Strike. Let me just make sure Smart Strike kills Thundurus. Thundurus T against Cortana. I have to Leaf Blade. Yeah, I have to Leaf Blade here. I'm not gonna risk any roll. Knock that out. Magearna comes in now and just wins. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. I guess I can go for the Leaf Blade crits against it. That's the one thing I can think of. Like I stay in, I Leaf Blade it twice, because I'll always outspeed it after a Shift Gear. So that could not be a bad scenario. I can still win this if I defog for my Volcarona, but there's several things that need to happen. I need to force that Gyarados to Mega Evolve. Greninja comes out here. I think I will go Fini this time on an Ice Beam. Okay. If this has the correct coverage, I think I just lose to it too, but I think it's Scarfed, so I'm going to go for Defog here. It has to be Scarf if you brought this out. Either that or Sash with Gunk Shot, which I'm just going to really hope it's not that. Okay, so he's actually not locked into the move. Interesting. I'm going to Moonblast here. Maybe Magearna comes in. I'm thinking I'll Nature's Madness, because like, there's no way he taunts again, and if he switches up moves, I want to be able to capitalize on that. If Magearna comes in now, I would need to... Okay, Magearna does come in now. It's lefties, okay, so that could be good for me. I think I will Nature's Madness here. Shift Gear comes out, okay. So he would have to Shift Gear twice. I'm going to Defog here. Scarf Cortana does outspeed Magearna after a Shift Gear. I'm defogging for my Volcarona, that's the main reason, because Volcarona might take one hit from Magearna too. He showed Leftovers, so I think maybe Volcarona after a Quiver Dance can outspeed this. It's going to come down to so many things. Does he have a Rock Slide on Gran? That's going to be a huge factor. But I have to defog to have a chance at all. Like, that's definitely a thing. So he goes for Calm Mind there. Shift Gears twice, okay. This guy's really intent on doing this. I don't think there's any way he knocks out my Volk, that's the thing. I'm going off of that. Man, I hate facing Magearna just because it does this, and I don't think Volk ever lives anything. And I have to attack it now. I can't Quiver Dance because I definitely don't outspeed +3. Actually, that's +4 speed now. Do I go hard Volk here? I think I Moonblast it. I'm trying to figure this out because if he continues to set up here, I have to eventually go hard Volk. If I go hard Volk on a setup move, I could actually be in a good spot here, but if he attacks, I'm going to go hard Volk and assume he continues to Calm Mind. I could just Moonblast again, that's the thing. I think I'm going to taunt it and force him to attack me the next turn, if he doesn't attack here. But, yeah, this Magearna may just win, which would be pretty lame. Let's see, though. I'm gonna run some calcs now. I love it, like Thunderbolt against a Volcarona. Volcarona against Thunderbolt. That's bulky Quiver Dance. I'm running the offensive Quiver Dance variant against Magearna. So Thunderbolt would be doing how much at +4? Oh, it could kill me anyway. Okay, so we opted to Thunderbolt. It's at +3 though, so he would need Gigavolt Havoc here to knock me out. I'm gonna assume Hidden Power Ground. It's not gonna do the trick. I'm gonna Fire Blast it. Okay, I thankfully hit. That's gonna give me an opening here, I think. Maybe. I think I still lose, but we'll figure it out. Because my Pidgeot's back in the game here. I'm just worried about Scarf Gran with Ice Beam, and Volcarona is my only check to that, so... Volcarona's switching out here no matter what. Like, I can't let it take the damage because I need it to take an Ice Beam late game. Yeah, because Scarf Card doesn't outspeed. Greninja gets a kill every time it comes in now, which is going to be tough. Does Volcarona even take an Ice Beam? Because if it doesn't, I might as well just click X now. So, let's see. Choice Scarf. Okay, I can take an Ice Beam, I believe, even with max special attack, right? Yeah, I take an Ice Beam, so worst case scenario is, yeah, he goes Como here. I have to switch out against it. And I'm going to go Landorus on the Dragon Dance. My next play right here should be to, I believe, click Explosion is my play. Yeah, I'm going to explode here. Okay, I thankfully lived. I'm going to make a wild guess and say Gyarados maybe comes in. He could just go out into this too, in which case I would have to sack my Pidgeot to scout the move. I think I go Cortana no matter what, just in case Gyarados actually comes out. He should go Gren here. I think Gren guarantees him a win. But if he goes out into the Gyarados, it's going to be a little bit more interesting, because if he has an attack that can put me in range of Gren, clicking another attack like Hidden Power Fire, for example, I don't know if Volt can live that. So he does go Gyarados. That's a choke in my opinion, but I will attempt a Leaf Blade here. And I gotta try to break through this thing and make sure that I'm still out of range of whatever Greninja wants to click after. How healthy is Gren? It's at full too, so that's gonna be tough in itself. He has to stay in here. And I would imagine maybe he didn't show Z on that, so that means this is Z, and that could be the deciding factor here. I do have 2 chances to get a high crit ratio Leaf Blade crit. That's also a factor here. And then, yeah, like I said, it's going to come down to Volcarona being able to take on the Gren. Which I don't think it can, but we'll find out. I don't know what my opponent's thinking so hard about. You always stay in. 45. Crunch doesn't do anything at all. Okay, if I crit right here, I think I guarantee the win. The other option is sacking and going Volcarona. And trying to knock this out, which I don't think I can, so I just Leaf Blade here. Crunch did a lot, that's the thing. If he Z's here, and I go down, I think I lose to Greninja. Okay, I got the high crit ratio crit. That's big in itself. He's going to have to lock himself into attack. Let's find out what that attack is. Oh, he wasn't Scarf. Oh, so I just lose. Yeah, he wasn't Scarf anyway. So he was always Sashing the entire time. I don't believe anything outspeeds him here. I will go Volk and attempt to do something. Hidden Power Fire. Is that a roll? 20%? Yeah, and he'll be able to outspeed my Greninja unless he's modest for no reason. I'll attempt to a Hurricane here. I actually really thought that he was not the other set, but I'll go ahead and drop a GG. That was a really close game. I thought it was Scarf Greninja the entire time, but it was Sash, which definitely makes sense too. They were both win conditions for him. We lost so many points right there, but I guess that's okay. I'll be right back with another game. Okay, my next opponent here is running a Sun team, so I'm going to lead off here with my Landorus on expected Torkoal lead. Now the thing is, Landorus is my only check to Hawlucha, so I'm always going to attack what's in front of me with a Landorus, and try to stay out of range of the Hawlucha, because I'm pretty sure Bandit Earthquake from Landorus will OHKO Torkoal. Now, if he goes hard Charizard, it'll be a tough play as to whether I should go Heatran, expecting a Solar Beam or Fire-type attack, or Fini on a Focus Blast. But yeah, I think Landorus is my safest lead here. If he leads Koko, I think I switch out anyway, because like I said, I'm going to lose to Hawlucha if I don't keep my Landorus healthy, so lots of things to keep in mind here. Volcarona is a breaker for me. It's actually a really nice one, but it can't win due to Hawlucha alone. What it can do is force out the Hawlucha late game, and that's going to be something I think I'll try to prioritize that early. Just getting the Quiver Dance up, forcing out that Hawlucha to come in, and then I can get rid of that win con for him by using my Landorus. So he does lead Koko here. Okay, so this is a little bit tough for me. This is kind of the lead I was hoping just not to see, because as I said, if I take damage on Landorus, Hawlucha wins. I have a Fini though, and Fini can't take an Acrobatics from +2. So I'm going to Earthquake. As my opponent goes for Taunt, so I get to keep my Landorus at full health anyway, so they clearly expected Rocks to come out, I guess. Really cool that I get to stay at full health. This is definitely Zard Y, right? Would it be Zard X on a Sun team? It could be like Flame Charge Zard X on a Sun team, I could see that. But getting rid of Koko turn 1 is going to be really good, just for Pidgeot spamming Hurricane too. Nothing comes in on that anymore. Now, I do want to get data on Torkoal. Is it more Fizdef or Spidef? Torkoal. Torkoal has base 70 Spidef and 140 defense, so it doesn't have a good Spidef stat, meaning Hurricane should have no problem 2-hit KOing that Pokemon. Brings out his Hawlucha here. I will go hard Fini on this to get the damage that I need. Yep, Fini comes out, always takes the acrobatics really nicely. And what the scenario allows me to do is just click Moonblast, and that's going to be very cool. Now, I'm taking damage on a fire resist, which is really scary too, but I believe he actually switches out the Hawlucha. Really interesting there. Did he not get the Unburden? No, he did. Okay. I'm going to taunt here to prevent rocks every time. Rocks would be too detrimental for my team to deal with. I don't care if he solar beams me. Like, I just can't let rocks go up. And at this point, actually, if I get in Volcarona as to on this Torkoal, I basically win with Quiver Dance, because Fire MZ should Oko Charizard under the sun, unless it is Zard X, as I said. So that'll be scary. I might just want damage on that initially. Yeah, but Volcarona is my win con right here, so I'm going to be careful. Decides to go out into Landorus-T. Good switch. I don't think I should bother switching out here. I think I'd just taunt. I said taunt, but I meant Nature's Madness. Tangrowth is going to come in here, I think. Which isn't that big of a deal, to be honest. I don't mind Tangrowth at all. And I feel like I'll just stand against Tangrowth. I feel like I'll make some crazy double expecting Volk, and I'm willing to sack Fini, as I said. So Tank comes out. Really lame miss by my opponent, by me, but that's okay. I could try to get in Heatran. I feel like he'll double to Lando here, so I'm going to go Nature's Madness again, as Charizard actually comes out. Okay. Good Charizard switch in. I'll go for Nature's Madness here. If he decides to stay in, I'll know what Zard this is, which is going to be nice. I'm actually hoping it's Zard Y. That would be better for me, for sure. Now, thanks to No Guard, I can always Hurricane this and not have to care about accuracy at all. And it's actually getting to the point soon where, okay, it is Zard X, interesting. And it has a Roost, okay. All good stuff to know. I think I'll go Landorus here on Roost, and I don't think I can afford to explode yet. I think I'll go for U-turn here. He should switch out and keep this win con. Oh, he didn't care. Okay, I see what I need to do now. I need to stall out the sun and make sure that I bring out a Pokemon here that can actually force him to not set up more. So I'll go here into my Fini, taunt him to prevent Roosts and Dragon Dances. He should Dragon Dance again, but he actually just opts to go for Flare Blitz. That's fine. Flare Blitz is not going to even knock me out now, I think, so I'll just go for Moonblast. Okay, there's the switch out. I will taunt here. So Zard is still a problem, but my Landorus is at full health still, so that's really good. I really need to prioritize hazards. Maybe I should just taunt it and then double right back to my Heatran. So Tangrowth comes in. I'm going Heatran this time, and attempting to get up my rocks now. If Torkoal comes in, I think it dies to Earth Power from that percentage. The problem would be if he doubles out now. He didn't double out last time, I think. Actually, he did, didn't he? Double to, like, Torkoal or Zard or something. Zard comes in right away, okay. I don't think this has Earthquake. I think it's Flame Charge, Dragon Claw, Roost, Dragon Dance, so I'm going to Earth Power here. And if he goes for Earthquake, that's fine. I bring out my Landorus after. Or even my Pidgeot and force a kill, finally. So this is all okay. Now, if he goes Landorus here, what am I doing then? I feel like, based on the fact that he hasn't clicked Earthquake yet, he can't touch me at all, so I'm actually going to get my Rocks. If he had Earthquake, he would have clicked it by now, so I think Rocks is a fine play here. My opponent really likes to think about every turn, which I don't blame them, but I think Pidgeot's going to go in late game, to be honest. In fact, after I get up these Rocks, it may just win on the spot, because Hawlucha cannot outspeed me. Goes Hawlucha here, which is not a problem at all. I have pressured Zard to the point where I don't think it can win anymore. I don't need this alive. I'm just going to go for Magma Storm. Actually, I should keep it for Zard, just in case. That's definitely my smarter play, so I'm going to go Fini here. Like I said, Hawlucha will never outspeed my Pidgeot. Unburden does not stay after you switch out, unless I get that mechanic wrong. The other day, I got my Sun mechanics wrong against Excadrill under Sand. So ideally, that's not a problem this time. Fini comes in. Drain Punch comes out, okay. Not a big deal. I can go right here for a Moonblast. Acrobatics does knock me out. I always bring in Pidgeot here and just force a kill with my Hurricane. So I will be doing that. It is No Guard boosted, so I will always hit this Hurricane right here, which is very cool. Then I'm assuming Landorus-T would come out. This might actually be the last game. We started off with a ton of really quick games. Like, we had like 3 or 4 quick ones. And then we had a 9-minute game where I took, I think, an L. And then this one might going to... It's pretty long, too. Like, it's probably been 6 minutes now in just this game alone. Charizard gets sacked, okay. They basically have to go Landorus here. and try to lure me into staying in, which I never will because this literally wins the game after Landorus is gone. Yeah, so Landorus comes out. I'm not going to risk it being Scarf Edge. I'd just switch out here into my own Lando. And I have to try to lure my Pidgeot because Pidgeot wins with Hurricane Spam after Landorus is in range, so this is the last threat to my team. Volcarona on its own just kind of wins now too. Like I just set up on Torkoal or Tangrowth, and then I should be fine from there. What would I use my Z on? The Z would probably be best on the Hawlucha. I would Fire Blast this, and then I could Bug Buzz the other two. Good HP Ice, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. In fact, it might give me the opening I want, to be honest. I'll just Explode here. I don't need this anymore. I wish I could confirm whether it's Scarf or not. I will Explode here every time. Another win con for me is just Cortana. Yeah, I have so many win cons here. I just gotta make sure not to choke away all of them. Really surprised HB Ice was a play. So it goes out into Hawlucha. I will get rid of that here with the Explosion. Nice, that's out of the picture. I believe my best play now is to bring out my Cortana here, as he should go Landorus every time. I think I'll just go Pidgeot. Pidgeot forces the kill. And even if Landorus comes out, I don't have to care. Like, I'll bring out, probably Heatran? No, Heatran can actually win too. I'll go Cortana on that. Torkoal comes in. This will die to Hurricane from that percentage, so that's totally fine. Hurricane comes out and knocks out Torkoal. He has to go Landorus here. And then, I don't think Landorus can beat me. Yep, Landorus comes out. It's probably clicking Stone Edge. I'll just go Cart here. Yep, Stone Edge has to come out. I just click Smart Strike every time. It would be better if I had Knockoff here, but unfortunately I do not. But I guess they could stay in and just try to Stone Edge through me. I don't think that's a good play. They have to go off my choke basically, because all I actually have to do here is wait for Tangrowth to come in, spam Smart Strike with my Cortana, and then just bring out Pidgeot. Hurricane, it will knock out Landorus. And then yeah, he has to go Tangrowth here every time. I just Smart Strike twice. They gotta hope for my choke, which I'm not gonna choke here. Smart Strike again. Growth under Chlorophyll, is that a threat? 4 turns, 4 Pokemon. I outspeed anyway, okay, good. Yeah, there's no Tangrowth under Sun, was actually gonna outspeed me. Landorus will not be able to beat me with any other attack. Goes for Earthquake, so yeah, that's going to seal up the game right there. I'll go ahead and drop a GG. That was a fun one. I think I played my endgame actually pretty well there. We're able to go ahead and win, and I will end off the session right there. Did hope you all enjoyed. The team will be down below in the description, as I said. Really enjoyed this live a lot. I had a lot of fun using Mega Pidgeot again, and I'll see you all next time. Later.